There are a lot of mechs that are similar to the Blackjack and the Hellfire that I've uploaded videos of, in that they're very broad mechs, you know, so they have that really wide torso, you know, center torso, side torsos, so it's very easy to hit them, and it's easy to hit specific components on them. So, you know, if you see a Blackjack with a damaged left torso, it's very easy to shoot that left torso and take it off. With this mech, the Marauder 2C, it's the opposite of them. It's a very long mech, but it's extremely narrow. So if you're facing your opponent, they've got a pretty small target. Now the thing is, you can pretty much always hit a mech. You know, it's not so much that the narrowness of this mech is going to make them miss all that much, but because it's such a narrow target, the individual components are harder to target. So, you know, they might see that my right torso, which is where my two ultra autocannons are located, you know, is damaged, and so maybe they want to take out that right torso. But if I just wiggle my nose a tiny bit, suddenly they're hitting the center torso. Or if I wiggle it a little bit more, they're hitting the entire, you know, opposite side of my mech. So this mech is just much, much harder to take apart. Now, I mean, obviously, the big difference with them, if you're familiar with this game, is that, you know, this is an 85-ton mech, and the other two that I mentioned are much, much lighter. You know, the Blackjack is 45 tons, the Hellfire is 60 tons. So that automatically means that they have less armor. But again, it's more about the design of the mech, you know, and again, this being very long. It does mean that if you are being shot from the side, that someone can, you know, very easily hit you. Although, you know, again, they're really just going to keep pounding on your side. It's going to be harder for them to hit that center torso. And one other kind of weird thing about this particular mech, or any of the Marauders, is that it's easy to over-twist. So, you know, if you're trying to, like I said before, wiggle your nose back and forth to spread out the incoming damage, with the Marauders, you can over-twist and someone winds up actually shooting you in the back.
Hold the left side.
Even though they're in front of you, it's just, you know, because of the design of this particular mech.
Check over on the right of it, down low.
So anyway, and ignoring the torsos for a minute, the loadout is kind of similar to the Hellfire that I mentioned. You know, I've got medium pulse lasers, and instead of a single Ultra 20, I have two Ultra Autocannon 10s, which gives me more range and better rate of fire. And for some reason, I'm a little better with the Ultra Autocannon 10. I seem to be better at aiming my shots. You know, it's got a good velocity, so I can hit, you know, what I'm aiming at.
Himself back in G7.
Plus, with this particular mech, the autocannons are on the right shoulder. You know, you can see where the bullets are coming from. They're very high up. So basically, if I can see someone, I can shoot them with those autocannons. You know, I don't have to worry so much about terrain getting in the way. Now, someone has called the target on this Blood Asp. That's an assault mech that's 5 tons heavier than the one that I've got, and they have ECM, so they're pretty good mechs. They're not fantastic, but they're pretty good. I have to give him up for a minute and focus on this Cicada. And I take out his legs, so at that point he's not much of a threat anymore.
Sorry, Wolfhound, sorry.
I got a little too close for my own good, and so I couldn't shoot the leg that I needed to, but I still got in plenty of damage. And I got so excited about the Cicada that I forgot about the 90-ton mech that I've got behind me.
Sorry for the backshot.
Don't worry, the Blood Asp reminds me that, hey, he exists. So I turn around and try to suppress him. And he's got a couple of our lights over there dealing with him anyway, so he doesn't pay attention to me for long. And I decide to try and discourage these three over here.
Enemy UAV up, enemy UAV down. Chop.
And someone had mentioned before that the Battlemaster was already a stick and to ignore it.
Kilo needs to get
had forgotten
on
that call had been made, so I started to shoot him a little bit. Then I switched to the next target, and then, oh god, I just started getting LRMs rained on me. But if you look at my health in the lower left corner, you'll see that there's no one component that's just super damaged. You know, everything is kind of dark orange. You know, I've got one leg that's, you know, super dark orange, kind of red. But for the most part, the damage has been, you know, split up pretty well.
I'm shooting.
So again, that goes back to the just shape of this mech being really great. I don't know why in this match it was kind of a habit for me to just get right into someone. I think I had come from playing a agile mech, and so I forgot that I had to kind of slow down.
Legs out on Hellfire.
Because, you know, with a heavy mech like, or with an assault mech like this, you can't, you know, accelerate or decelerate as quickly as you'd like to. But now this guy is much faster than I am, and he is literally running circles around me. That's just what you do when you're that much faster than someone. So I've called for help,
Good job.
and you know, my team finds out pretty quickly that he is the last guy left.
Target spotted.
So he eventually gets overwhelmed, and I try to take out his leg here because obviously it's in such bad shape,
He's legged.
and so is the other one.
And he's
But he was
double-legged.
hiding behind,
Good job.
unintentionally hiding behind that radar dish there, or whatever it is, the control tower, I guess. So someone else got the kill, but that's fine. So you'll see when the damage pops up that I did quite a bit of damage, you know, 714. I also took a lot, 499, and I had 4 kill most damage dealt, so that means when someone died, I had dealt the most damage out of the whole team to that person. And I was only outscored by the Warhammer, which I've said before, they're really good mechs. But this Marauder 2C is just really good at the one thing that everyone always wants to do, and that's survive.